Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Monday. We got 12 matchups on this MLB slate today. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Decent size slate today to open up the week. Starting with the New York Mets versus the Washington Nationals. Mets opening up as road favorites at -155. Washington +130 with the over-under at 9.5. Mets coming into this matchup 20-21. The Nationals 17-23. Pitching for the Mets is David Peterson with an ERA of 7.68. Pitching for the Nationals is Patrick Corbin with an ERA of 4.87. Peterson, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Corbin, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Mets, a big win against Washington yesterday, 8-2. Big win with Scherzer on the mound. You know, I was waiting for them to have a good game with Scherzer because Scherzer, he's had some really rough games with the Mets so far this season. So it's nice to see them finally get a decent win with him on the mound. They're 5-2 on the road against Washington, 13-6 against Washington here. Peterson hasn't been the best on the mound for the Mets here. He's given up 15 runs in his last 3 starts. Corbin has only given up 7. And it's just a lot of runs with Peterson on the mound. Bad start on the mound for Peterson, who hasn't been good. Man, I really like Washington +1.5 at home today. I don't hate the Mets play the way they looked yesterday, but Peterson doesn't make it feel good to roll with the Mets here, and I think I'll take a shot with the Nationals +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Baltimore Orioles. Angels opening up as road favorites at -130. Baltimore +110 with the over-under at 8. Angels coming into this matchup 21-20. The Orioles 26-14. Pitching for the Angels is Shohei Ohtani with an ERA of 2.74. Pitching for Baltimore is Grayson Rodriguez with an ERA of 5.08. Ohtani, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Rodriguez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Angels on a 2-game losing streak, coming off back-to-back losses against Cleveland. They did lose their last game with Ohtani on the mound to the Astros 3-1. Baltimore coming off a tough pit loss yesterday, 4-0. Angels 0-6 on the road against Baltimore, 1-8 against Baltimore here. Even with Ohtani on the mound here, I still think Orioles are a good underdog at home, and I'll take Orioles +1.5 here. Next matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at -150. The Yankees +140 with the over-under at 9.5. Yankees coming into this matchup 23-19. Toronto 24-16. Pitching for the Yankees is Johnny Brito with an ERA of 5.81. Pitching for Toronto is Alek Manoah with an ERA of 4.83. Brito, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Manoah, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 1 strikeout. Yankees coming off a 7-8 loss against the Rays yesterday. Toronto coming off 3 straight wins against Atlanta. They played very well in that Braves series. Yankees 11-4 on the road against Toronto. They've been very good against Toronto here, and I think Yankees are a decent underdog today, and I'll take Yankees +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Boston Red Sox. Seattle opening up as road favorites at -120. Boston +100 with the over-under at 9.5. Seattle coming into this matchup 20-20. Boston 22-19. Pitching for Seattle is George Kirby with an ERA of 2.62. Pitching for the Red Sox is Tanner Houck with an ERA of 5.26. Kirby, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Houck, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Seattle coming off a 5-3 loss against Detroit. Boston on a 3-game losing streak. Coming off a bad loss against St. Louis yesterday. I thought they were a great underdog, and to lose 9-1 yesterday was kind of disappointing from Boston. Seattle 0-5 on the road against Boston, 1-8 against Boston. Yeah, Seattle's really struggled against Boston here, and I'm gonna give Boston another shot. They got good underdog at home. As long as they can get some runs here, it's definitely a winnable game at home for them. And I'll take the Red Sox plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Brewers opening up as road favorites at -110. St. Louis plus 100 with the over-under at 8. Brewers coming into this matchup 23-17. The Cardinals 16-25. Pitching for the Brewers is Freddie Peralta with an ERA of 3.32. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jack Flaherty with an ERA of 6.18. Peralta, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. He's been pretty good his last 3 starts. He's only given up 5 runs in his last 3 starts on the mound. Flaherty, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. He's given up 17 runs in his last 3 starts, so it's definitely been rough for him. Brewers coming off a 3-game sweep against the Royals. Cardinals coming off a 3-game sweep against Boston. I like Peralta on the mound here, and I think I'm going to roll with the Brewers on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Atlanta Braves versus the Texas Rangers. Braves opening up as road favorites at -115. The Rangers plus 105 with the over-under at 9. Braves coming into this matchup 25-15. The Rangers also 25-15. Pitching for the Braves is Charlie Morton with an ERA of 3.32. Pitching for the Rangers is Dane Dunning with an ERA of 1.72. Morton, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Dunning, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Atlanta on a 4-game losing streak right now, coming off a rough Toronto series. Texas coming off a back-to-back Oakland wins. Atlanta 1-6 on the road against the Rangers, 2-7 straight up against the Rangers. Dane Dunning's been very good on the mound this season, and I think they're a good underdog today, and I'll take the Rangers plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we've got the Chicago Cubs versus the Houston Astros. Astros opening up as home favorites at -185. The Cubs plus 165 with the over-under at 8. Cubs coming into this matchup 19-21. The Astros 21-19. Pitching for the Cubs is Jameson Taillon with an ERA of 5.95. Pitching for the Astros is Framber Valdez with an ERA of 2.38. Taillon, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Valdez, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 1 run, had 12 strikeouts. Cubs coming off back-to-back Twins losses. Houston coming off a White Sox win. Cubs 1-5 on the road. Haven't been the best road team here. Valdez coming off a couple good starts on the mound. Taillon coming off 2 not so great starts on the mound, giving up 7 runs total in those 2 games here. And I think I'm going to lean with the Astros at home. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Colorado Rockies. Reds opening up as road favorites at -125. The Rockies plus 105 with the over-under at 11.5. Reds coming into this matchup 18-22. The Rockies 17-24. Pitching for the Reds is Hunter Green with an ERA of 3.69. Pitching for the Rockies is Connor Siebold with an ERA of 4.56. Green, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Siebold, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. The Reds, coming off a Miami loss. Colorado coming off a Phillies win. Cincinnati is just 2-4 against Colorado. 6-14 on the road. Haven't been the best on the road here. Definitely a winnable game for the Rockies at home, and I'll take a shot with the Rockies plus 1.5 here. Next matchup, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Oakland Athletics. Arizona opening up as road favorites at -220. Oakland plus 180 with the over-under at 9. Arizona coming into this matchup 23-18. Oakland 9-33. Pitching for Arizona is Merrill Kelly with an ERA of 3.57. Pitching for Oakland is Drew Rucinski with an ERA of 8.16. Kelly, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Rucinski, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Arizona coming off 3 straight Giants wins. Oakland coming off back-to-back Rangers losses. Arizona 0-6 against Oakland here, but I think that changes today. Still betting against Oakland every time, and I'm going to roll with Arizona on the road. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at -210. Kansas City plus 170 with the over-under at 9. Royals coming into this matchup 12-30. The Padres 19-22. Pitching for the Royals is Brad Keller with an ERA of 4.31. Pitching for the Padres is Michael Wacha with an ERA of 4.82. Keller, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Wacha, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. The Royals coming off a 3-game losing streak against the Brewers. Padres on a 5-game losing streak. Struggled in that LA series. The Royals 1-7 on the road. Not a good road team right now. 5-10 against the Padres. I think it's a series for the Padres to really bounce back, coming off a pretty poor Dodgers series. And I think I'm going to roll with the Padres at home. Next matchup, we got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at -110. Philly plus 100 with the over-under at 8.5. Phillies coming into this matchup 20-20. The Giants 17-23. Pitching for the Phillies is Bailey Falter with an ERA of 5.75. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Wood with an ERA of 2.45. Falter, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Wood, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. The Phillies coming off a Colorado loss. Giants coming off 3 straight Arizona losses. Didn't really play well those last 3 games. Phillies 1-6 on the road against the Giants. I'm sorry, 1-6 straight up against the Giants. So they haven't played well head-to-head. Wood's been very good on the mound. He's only given up 2 runs in his last 3 starts. Falter is 0-6 on the mound. He's given up 12 runs in his last 3 starts here, and I think I'm going to lean with the Giants at home. Then the last matchup, we got the Minnesota Twins versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -115. Minnesota plus 105 with the over-under at 8.5. Twins coming into this matchup 23-18. The Dodgers 26-15. Pitching for the Twins is Pablo Lopez with an ERA of 3.47. Pitching for the Dodgers is Noah Syndergaard with an ERA of 6.12. Lopez, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Syndergaard, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 0 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Minnesota coming off back-to-back Cubs wins. Dodgers on a 5-game winning streak, coming off a 3-game Padres sweep. Minnesota 0-6 on the road against LA, 0-10 against the Dodgers. They have not been able to beat the Dodgers here, and I think I'm going to roll with the Dodgers at home. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Monday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Tuesday. Have a good one.